What's happening, YouTube? What's happening, Facebook, IG, Twitter? We live. Listen, this is All American Season 4, Episode 4. We are ready to get started. We're going commercial free. Make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the Felice HD channel on YouTube. And that's the best place for you to watch if you want an interactive experience. All right, but we live on multiple platforms. So I'm getting ready to pull up the we're getting started. Okay, so this episode opens with Layla's new artist in the studio, and Coop is so she's watching. She's giving watered down Coop. Ah, Coop is like, she my replacement. Wow, they going back and forth. Wow. Did Coop say like father, like daughter? That whole patient situation has been rehashed, and you can tell Layla is triggered. I don't think this exchange is gonna go well. Wow. So Layla is basically outlining the entire situation as far as, the business side of it. She's like, relax off the disrespect because this is our song technically. You never finished it, and I have to keep it moving. So I totally get it. But Coop is not pleased. The fact that she's even there is a little problematic because I don't understand why she's even there. So we fast forward to Olivia. She's talking about her podcast. We're not seeing right now who she's talking to. Oh, so she's doing a dry run with Spencer. It looks like she's trying to interview and talk to somebody about her podcast. So, yeah. So they're at Spencer's house, and Olivia is talking to Spencer about this opportunity that she's trying to interview for a summer job, and she's rehearsing the interview questions, and Grace is walks in the middle of it, and oh, LA Tribune online, huh? I know that's right. Wow, not Miss Grace. Okay. So Grace asked him how is he feeling, and he's like he still hasn't heard anything from Coach Dante since accepting the offer for Toledo State. So he's just a little confused at where that leaves him with, he signed on partly because of him. Wow. So the head coach has informed Spencer that they're going to build their entire season next season around him. So he's feeling like a hot shot. Wow. So she said that, um, okay, so Spencer has concerns about the entire recruitment process with Toledo because he's wondering if they intentionally left out the fact that Coach Dante was leaving during his recruitment process because he really kind of kicked it with him. He bonded with him. He actually, that was part of the reason why he chose Toledo State, and he doesn't have any other offers right now. Um, he's like, what's the tea with Coach Dante? Why did he leave? Hmm. The head coach is coming to the school later. So Grace was like, well, why don't you just talk to him about it and ask him? Spencer looks like something is brewing. Not quite sure what it is. I hope he doesn't ruin his opportunity because of some logistics, but I think he wants to make sure that there's no red flags. So we fast forward to Beverly. Jordan and Asher are walking down the hall, and they are reflecting on the recommendation for Jordan to do junior college. So Jordan is rehashing how the concussion situation has put a damper on what his ultimate plans were for his, for his football career, and how he's kind of take a detour now and regroup. And Asher was like, "Hey, you know what's worse than what's worse than having to go another route? Not being able to ever play at all." And I think he's gonna help Jordan kind of put things in perspective by making that comment. Oh, he was like, "Look, ball out, starting with that All-American game this week." Ooh, Asher said he's not coming. He said he's not going. He said he's not ready to sit on the sidelines yet. So we fast forward to Beverly Cafe. Um, it looks like Olivia is knocking this LA Tribune interview out. So this interview lady is she's throwing trick questions and trying to get Olivia off of her game. And it just feels like I don't I don't think she needs to go that route. Well, it turns out that she's a supporter. So apparently she's already heard of Liv's podcast, and she was just like, so she said they can improve by using new voices. So she's gonna give her the opportunity. So she's encouraging Liv to be the voice of some lighter topics for LA Tribune. She was saying, news is news, and a lot of it is pretty heavy and pretty dark. And so she's like, we need to lighten up a bit. Okay. So Liv was like, hey, I could use, an opportunity to lighten up too. So, hey. Um, so it looks like they're going to be able to find some common ground here. She said, bring something a little bit more fun and inspiring." Oh, wow. So she told us she needs something in 2 days, and she said she don't have a topic, just make us smile. So that's gonna be interesting. We fast forward to the Crenshaw Cafe. Patience and Coop are sitting down and having a powwow about Layla's conduct. Oh, Coop tried it. Did Coop just check Patience? Patience was like, "Look, she is just trying to build a label. She's just trying to keep it moving. Okay. This is not that. Okay." Because Coop was like, I would think you would understand after what her dad did to you. But she was like, oh no, this is not the same. Okay. Wow. Wow. So Patience just basically put everything into perspective for Coop because she was like, look, here's the deal. She was sour about what her dad did because he basically cut Patience out of the entire process and went behind her back. So she was like, she's giving you the opportunity to have your creative input. You basically just came to the table and told her you were done with music altogether. So what do you want from her? She just supposed to give up? Wow. So we fast forward to Crenshaw. Spencer is in the locker room. I mean, he's in the gym. He's working out. And the head coach just came in. I know that's right. He's going in. Oh, wow. So we get to the bottom of it. Spencer is ripping the band-aid off. He has no hesitation of talking to the coach about what his reservations are. He was like, did you know Coach Dante was leaving when I signed my offer letter? And he said, yes. So he was like, okay, nobody nobody ran me the tea. Like, what's up? He was like, look, I thought you were committed to the school. I didn't know your commitment was relative to him. Wow. He said, I can assure you, you are the number one priority. I came out here to see you play in the All American game. Like, he's like, we're committed. So I think he's gonna, leave the last say up to him. Wow. He said, not everybody gets the golden opportunity we're giving you at Toledo State. Hey, Spencer about to be the star player. You know what I'm saying? So, uh-oh. So we fast forward to Coach Baker's office. The head coach just walked in. He's like, I'm happy to see our star recruit is playing in this Platinum All American game. Uh-oh. Listen, he is going to be 100 miles hot if Spencer throws this game. I hope he doesn't. Oh, wow. Baker was like, Not with Spencer. He said it's gonna be a lot of egos. It's gonna be a lot of foolishness on that field, but not with Spencer. He was like, "You got a great player on your hands." I know that's right. Baker is he is selling it. He is selling Spencer right now. He's like, "Yo, he's lit. You better do right." You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness. First of all, the head coach just offered Coach Baker a coaching position. Mm, 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 mm. Bruh, bruh. I am so done. I'm done. When I tell you this head coach at Toledo State is not playing no games, he is like, both of y'all are good money, okay? And I'm trying, all I want to do is keep it moving, okay? He coming in there and he can ready to take everybody to Toledo. Mm, wow. He said, "Are you offering me this job because Spencer committed to Toledo State, or what's the deal?" And he was like, "No, he's signed. He's not committed. I'm offering you this job because you are one of the best coaches in high school. Period." Like, I know that's right. Wow. He said you transitioned to the NFL, went seamlessly into coaching, and you just got two back-to-back championship games? I know that's right. This man done his homework. I like his style, okay? He's like, look, let's be clear. He said he said he gonna think about it and talk to his wife. Uh-oh. He asked him not to tell Spencer. I think Coach Baker should make an arrangement for Jordan. Okay, so we going commercial free. So we gonna fast forward. We coming back from the commercial break, and Simone and Olivia are at Crenshaw. Not Crenshaw. They're at Beverly Cafe. So she's trying to talk to Simone about this opportunity that she has to do an article with the LA Tribune. Wow. So Olivia has revealed her topic for this feel good piece that she's writing for LA Tribune and why she is interviewing Simone. She said she is going to write a piece on Black excellence. Wow. She is going to share Simone's story. Oh, so Simone is going to Brixton. Wow. She changed her mind from going to Princeton, so she's gonna go to Brixton. She's talking about the pressures that Black athletes go through when they the duality of the Black athlete and the Black scholar, and how, when they are. Wow. She's talking about her experience with tennis and wow. I don't like the look on Olivia's face. I mean, I thought Simone made some outstanding talking points, but Olivia looks mortified. Like, I don't even know. I feel like there's something deeper going on. I don't know if she's reflecting on her own journey or if she's now redefining and understanding Spencer's journey or perhaps even Jordan's. But her her the conversation between um Olivia and Simone, it left her in a different headspace. You can tell she was very jovial, she was very excited going in, but now Olivia looks like she has a lot on her mind. So we fast forward to Crenshaw. We're in the halls, and so Spencer is talking to Coach Baker about his decision to go to Toledo, and he asked him if he chose the school that he went to based on the coach or the school. And so Coach Baker said the school, but then they're having a deeper conversation because he expanded on it and he said that, the coach that he recruited under actually left after the second year or something. So he was like, yeah, no, it didn't have anything to do with the coach. Um, but he was like, "Why? Do you have an issue or whatever?" And so now Spencer's elaborating on what his concerns are. Okay. So he says, he likes having a connection with his coach. So, he felt like he connected with Coach Dante, and so he's a little thrown off now that he's not going to be working with him. Um, I don't know if he's going to change his decision to go to Toledo, but it looks like he's thinking about it. He's I don't think his decision is as solid as it was. Okay, so the reality of it is Coach Baker was like, "Look, ugh, Coach Hudson sends a lot of players to the NFL, and he's all on Spencer. He's team Spencer James at this point. So, you know, Coach Baker was like, "Look, you want to play pro ball? Wow." So they're talking about, this decision that he has to make. And he was like, "Look, I I don't know, and I'm not sure what direction to go in at this point." He was like, "Why am I second guessing everything?" He was like, "Yeah, this is one of the single most important decisions you're gonna make. Like, think about it." And I can agree. Like, I really don't think he should just you know oh, they so precious. So we fast forward to I don't think I don't think Spencer knows what he's gonna do, but he's in the right company now. So we fast forward to Beverly Cafe. Spencer just walked in on a conversation. Well, he's Olivia's still sitting at the same table that she was sitting at with Simone, but now Spencer walks up, he kisses her on the cheek and he joins her. So I wonder if she's going to interview him too. Maybe he'll be more comfortable with talking to her about what his dilemmas are about the coach. She always helps him figure out. Okay, so now we get to the bottom of whatever is going on with Olivia. So she is the interview with Simone took a detour and it threw her off a little because she said she was trying to make something lighthearted and fun. And when she interviewed Simone, it turned into something a little deeper. And so Spencer's like, okay, so now he says to her, the pressure's on me because she was like, look, I have already covered the deep stuff with my podcast. I have to show that I can cover some range. And so I gotta lighten things up a bit. And he's like, oh, so the pressure on me now, huh? I don't think Simone was trying to put a damper on what Olivia was trying to do, but I think based on the question that Olivia asked, she didn't have a light and fluffy answer to it. I mean, I think Simone's experience, I think she was being very authentic to her experience. So, you know. She was like, just be uplifting and inspiring. Wow. So she asked him what it's like to be heading to a Division 1 school to play ball. And he said it's a dream come true. You know, he can't believe he gonna be scoring touchdowns on national TV. Oh, they are so cute. He said, considering where he came from. She's like, this is good. Keep it going. Wow. So, okay. It's this is not going to be a light conversation. This is going to turn into something totally different. And I'm confused because he basically explained the whole situation with the coach, the conversation. He said that he felt like he should have been more grateful. Um, I I honestly think that he should follow his gut. That I think that the advice that Coach Baker gave him was actually really good advice. Because he is very instinctive. One thing about him. A lot of people, they base, their perception or their experience on a lot of things, but I think that he is extremely perceptive and that if he goes with his gut, like Coach Baker said, then he won't go wrong. Now, Liv is getting ready to turn up. She didn't like the coach's response to Spencer's question, and she getting ready to go on 1,000. She was like, "He's gaslighting you." Mm. Wow. So here's the tie-in. In talking to Spencer, it's stamped. Even though Olivia was blown by Simone's commentary, talking to Spencer just stamped something that she said. She was like, "This is the same thing that Simone was saying, is that black athletes are expected to be perfect." And he was saying he felt like he should be more grateful to Toledo because they were the only offer that he received after being shot. He said, of course, all the other schools were checking for me before, but now after me getting shot, whatever, they don't want to, recruit him. So he was like, yeah, you got to be perfect. He was like, oh, my bad. I'm not bringing the fun. Wow. She said, it's okay. It's okay. He was like, "My bad. I'm sorry. There's nothing fun about this." And she was like, "It's okay because the truth is more important than the fun." And I think that she is getting ready to bring to light something that probably wouldn't have made it to the LA Tribune otherwise. Now, whether this person that is recruiting her um considers her article for publishing or not, I think that she's probably going to release it on her podcast if she doesn't. So we fast forward to the Baker home. He's getting ready to Coach Baker is getting ready to talk to DA Baker about this. He's beating around the bush. You can tell he does not want to talk to her about this, but he has to because he said he was going to get back to the head coach at the All-American game. She was typing on the computer and she just closed the laptop like, "Tell me more." She was like, "I'm just processing this." I know that's right. Wow. She was like, "For the first time in my career, I'm free to move anywhere." So I know that's right. Mm. He said he want the job because she asked him, she said, "I think the question really is, do you want this job?" I know that's right. He said, yeah. He said he thinks he does. So we fast forward to we're coming back from the commercial break. Like I said, we are going commercial free. We're going straight through. Um the Baker home. Oh, she in the kitchen. She in the kitchen listening to the footage of the recordings that she did during the interviews. Olivia is, right? And Jordan walks downstairs and he was like, "Is that Simone?" He heard Simone um responding to Olivia's question. He heard her voice and he was like, "Is that Simone?" I know that's right. He came in there looking around like he thought Simone was up in there. He was like, "Where's she?" Oh wow. Wow. So Jordan feels slighted because she went to Simone, she went to Spencer, and she didn't even bother to ask him to participate. So he is sour, okay? He's like, "Great," you know what I'm saying? So you're doing a piece on black excellence and you didn't feel like you wanted to even chat a bit, right? So he's getting ready to walk out and she was like, "Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's not going so well." Wow, this is going left. Jordan just pulled up a chair and was like, "Why doesn't anybody see me as great?" Mm. So she said that people perceive him the way that he perceives himself. She said that, if when he begins to start seeing himself as great, others will see him that way. And he was like, "Well, how do I do that?" And she was like, "Start being great." Wow. So that is quite a preface to what looks like the All American game. Bruh, I can't do Cam. When they said All American game, a part of me knew we were gonna see Cam, and I don't like him. He is disgusting. I'm sorry. I know he has this devil's advocate type energy with him, but he's annoying and I don't like him. He's smug and he's disrespectful, and so is Simone baby father, and I can do without them. I'm sorry. Oh, so he playing with Spencer this year. That should be interesting. Wow. Bruh. Cam don't care. He is in it antagonizing the players. He was like, all I know this dude was walking past. He was like, all I know, dude got a big head. Like he was like, I'm sorry, what you say? Oh my gosh, like I can't. I can't. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's different now. It's different energy because Cam and Spencer are on the same team. But let's be clear about something. Cam is an idiot, bruh. Like I can't with him. I'm sorry. So they asked them to get another ball. They practiced and they warming up, and he asked them to get another ball. And George showcased that arm. He threw that joint clean. He was like, "Oh wait!" And this guy just came out the cut and was like, "What's up with you?" You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yeah, they talking now." I know that's right. So right now they're talking about the players that are on the field and what schools they're going to and stuff like that. So the guy that Jordan is talking to, he is all American, but he's not first string. He's not starting. So they were like, yeah, it would be great if we can get the play or whatever. So they on the sidelines, they doing their thing or whatever, but they chatting it up. They figuring out who out here. So he was asking why was he considering going JUCO? Because he was asking him like what school he was going to or whatever. And so Jordan was like, "Yeah, I'm going junior college route or whatever." And he was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, what about you?" He was like, "I'm undecided." He's like, "For real?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why you going JUCO route or whatever?" And he was like, "Your grades?" And Jordan was like, "Nah, I had a couple concussions." So his expression changed. The guy that he was talking to, his expression changed. So I'd be interested to see what's gonna happen. We fast forward to Coop that came back up in the studio. Coop is in the studio and Asher just walked in. So Asher is really trying to, I hope he don't start pushing back up on Layla, but it's giving he want that old thing back. Okay. That's what it's giving. Cause he, oh my gosh, he done threw on a nice cardigan. Like I'm really just trying to understand what Asher is about right now. I know that's right. So they're kind of connecting over the whole conversation of, dream deferred type situation. I'm not really sure if I like this energy for both of them. I really would hope that they will be able to move forward from this because it's not looking very good for either of them right now. It looks like they're both kind of stuck in the reality of, things didn't work out the way they had hoped. Asher is talking to Coop about how difficult it is for him to attend the All American game knowing that he can't play. And Coop is talking about, the whole studio situation, even though she's in the studio. Mm, hmm. So they have both encouraged each other to be a part of this next level. So Coop was telling Asher that, he really should consider going and supporting Spencer and Jordan in this All American game. And Asher was like, "Hey, if I came in the studio and somebody was singing a song that I wrote, then that must mean that I wrote a pretty good song." I know that's right. So they giving each other pep talks right now because both of them just, they just look defeated in the face. And I want to see something different from them. I'm hoping they can move beyond it. It's just might be something that takes some time. So we on this field of this All American game, and it is really a showcase. I mean, they leaving it all on the field. I see Spencer got his number, so they let him keep his number. Mm. I love this dude. I don't know who this dude is that Cam got heat with, but let me tell you something. He time enough for him. He was like, "Oh, this is the practice for the All American." He was like, "Yeah, what you doing?" So Cam just he's applying pressure. I don't know why he's so intimidated by this guy, but it's some guy on the field. They say he gonna play for Texas somewhere, right? It's some guy on this field that got Cam in a bunch. Cam always antagonizing people. So Coach Martez was like, "What is going on?" And Billy was like, "Cam is being Cam." That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like his energy. His energy is disrespectful. He likes to intimidate. Young Jordan just ran on the field and read both of them for filth. He was like, "Y'all supposed to be the best players in the country, and y'all out here acting like this." Jordan just went off. Coach Baker is ah! Coach Baker is like pushing his chops up or whatever, right? And he was like, "Yeah, he gets that from me." And Coach Martez was like, "I'm pretty sure he got that from me." I know that's right. They both taking credit for Jordan the way he stepped up. He did. Jordan stepped up. He was like, "Shake hands and get over this right now." I know that's right. Jordan said, "Ain't nobody got time for the buffoonery." Okay. I know that's right. Jordan said, "I did not come here to play." Oh, Coach Baker is he's at home and he's telling DA Baker about Jordan taking a stand. Wow. So DA Baker is talking about how Coach Montez has challenged Jordan to step up more. Um and it's giving Coach Baker something to think about. So he is telling Coach Baker that Coach Baker is telling DA Baker that he's really still kind of thinking about this decision to go to Toledo. He's like, maybe this is a good time for Spencer to spread his wings, without the, I guess, the influence of Coach Baker or whatever. Wow. So DA Baker said she doesn't have any reservations about doing whatever needs to happen so that he can pursue this opportunity. She was like, "You lived in my spotlight while I pursued my career, whatever." So I know that's right. She said, "I will follow him. Follow him wherever he." Oh, the All American game is starting. Spencer's at the front. He's running out on the field. Oh, it's the platinum All American game, so it's lit. Okay, so the players that are on the field for this game have agreed to announce their college plans at halftime. So Coach Baker was just introduced to the guy that Jordan was talking to on the sidelines during the practice earlier. And so he says he's a fan of Coach Baker's. He was like, "Yeah, my older brother had your jersey. We always, support you and big fan or whatever." He said, "Well, if you need me to sign that jersey, just let me know." He was like, "Oh, that was so long ago. I don't even think he have it no more." Jordan was cracking up, like, "Yeah, you old school." So now he's talking about how he kind of discovered his own football career out of his dad's shadow, because he was like, "What was it like growing up with, him as your father or whatever?" So we fast forward to Liv at the Baker home. She looks like she's typing away. So she's gotten, her mojo back in terms of this big project that she's working on for LA Tribune. Whew! I'm sorry, y'all, but got to be more careful. Spencer is showing off. Bruh. Spencer just hit this Bama with the spin around jump. Oh my God. Spencer is out that joint doing too much. Cam and Spencer on the same team, bro. Yikes. Cam is acting up. He just dived into this touchdown. Cam is such a showman. So Cam gave him his props. This player from Texas that Cam was like pulling his chain a little bit. He said, "Man, when that dude tackled me, I thought I was gonna die." I like Spencer and Cam together because let me tell you something. Whoever Cam perceive as a threat, the claws come out. He gonna antagonize you. He gonna disrespect you. He gonna do too much, and I don't like when he be attacking. Let me tell you something. Spencer is don't come for Spencer, okay? Don't do it, cause that's what see he be coming for Spencer, and that's why I don't like him. But and he was coming for Jordan too, and it's like no, don't come for the home team. Cam finally gave Spencer his he finally gave Spencer his kudos. He won't tell Spencer where he about to play though. He was like, yeah, you gonna light Ohio up, man. So I'm glad he finally gave Spencer his kudos because he was going hard on him. So we gotta see where Cam is heading. I wonder if he going to Brinkston. Okay, he was like, "Yeah, man, why you ain't come back to Crenshaw? We could have did this school year." He was like, "Man, you left too." He was like, "Yeah, but I came back." Lord, I can't believe they on the All American field talking about Crenshaw. Like, don't do that. So we gonna fast forward through this commercial break too, cause we going commercial free. Okay, we coming back to Coach Baker. It's Coach Baker's office, and the head coach is waiting for him. So he asked him, was he the one that was coaching, those 5-star plays out there? He was like, I know somebody's behind them 5-star plays. He was like, yeah, well, Coach Montez has some input too. So, they patting each other on the back around there. I'm loving all this showmanship, all this team efforts. I love it. So He turned down the offer to go to Toledo, and the head coach asked why, and he said that he feels like Spencer really needs that space to spread his wings and do, his next chapter. Um, he also said that he's not 100% sure what his next move is going to be right now, but he wants to leave that open. So he said he hasn't 100%, he's not 100% convinced that he's done everything that he needs to do there. So this should be interesting. Head coach does not look pleased. Cam. So we fast forward to the All American game. It's halftime, and they are doing their exposés of where the players are going to be signed to. So Cam is getting his interview. He's giving all his thanks and all his congrats. And Spencer's on the sideline. Cam put a hat on and said, "Stay tuned." He don't want to commit. So Coach Montez put Jordan in. So Jordan just got pulled into the game, and he asked Coach Montez if she could put his friend in. He said, "Come on, bro, let's go play some football." I know that's right. Yikes! Jordan threw to him, and listen, he caught that joint and held on like, oh, he got a new teammate now. Jordan is like, look here, we get ready to run this play, don't play. You know what I'm saying? So he like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, he gone too. Oh my God, he gone. He gone. It's touchdown. It's touchdown on site. Yikes. That dude got in the wind. You hear me? It was giving Spencer James all over again. That dude, when he told him, he was like, look, I'm going to throw to you, young. He took off like grease lightning. Okay. We fast forward to, oh, my bad. Let's go back. We fast forward to Crenshaw Cafe. Layla Layla and Patience are sitting down talking in Crenshaw Cafe, and Coop walks up and she's talking to them about how difficult it is for her. She's like, "You gotta understand that being involved in music in any capacity and not being able to like do the most or like do it on 1,000, it hit different. You know what I'm saying?" Wow. So she told Layla that she feels like That girl that she signed is lit. She was like, I seen her at a competition or whatever. She liked that. So why you don't let her do her own thing? Let her do her one too on the music. She can't live out my experience. She don't sound right singing my song because that's my life. But let her do her thing to the track and see where she take it. She was like, she lit. Let her do her. So Layla looked like, the light bulb just went off. Like, okay. I know that's right. Well, the mood lightened because when Coop first walked into that conversation, Layla and Patience was tight faced. Like they thought Coop was gonna pull up or all the bullshit, but she didn't. So we fast forward to the All American game, and Asher Asher is talking to Jordan. So Spencer is walking over to the head coach. He just turned Toledo down. So the Toledo State coach just told um oh Jesus. He was so pissed. He was so pissed that Spencer didn't take the offer, that he just spilled the beans about Coach Baker turning it down. So now Spencer is looking like deer in the headlights. Like, what are you talking about? He didn't know that Coach Baker was going to take was even offered the coaching position. So now he's looking crazy. Spencer is back on the field and he's getting ready to talk to Coach Baker. Bruh, he ain't even softened the blow. He walked up, put his bag down, and was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" In a real calm, Spencer voice, he can ready to turn up. Why didn't you tell me that the head coach of Toledo offered you the coaching position? I know that's right. He was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He was like, "I didn't want to influence your decision." He said, "But it would have." I know that's right. He said he thought about doing it, but it wasn't. He said he wanted him to find your own. Wow. He was like, your career is just starting. Like, I think he realized that Jordan got something from Coach Montez that he couldn't give him. So I think he's hoping and really wanting Spencer to expand, to some other coaches because maybe they can take him somewhere that he, hasn't been able to. And I don't think Spencer gets that. They sitting on Crenshaw Field and it's really hitting him that this is his senior year. And he said he's thanking him for being a part of his life. You can't hear? Hey. Um Really? Hmm. I'll try to turn the volume up. I'm not playing I don't play the show. So they having a little kumbaya. He's like, "This is it. We're done with high school. This senior year, we made it through, or whatever." So this should be interesting. So now Layla just told this new artist, "Look, go ahead and freestyle so we can see what's really going on." Oh, she ripping it. Okay, so yeah, so Coop was right. You should see Layla face. Okay, Layla is like, yeah. If you can't hear me, go to YouTube. So we fast forward to the Baker home. Coach Baker. Coach Baker and Spencer is rehashing the All American game. So Spencer is checking in with Olivia to find out where she is with this article. Okay, so Olivia has discovered that the fun, the light, it's not her thing. And so it was more important to her to give them a great story and to be authentic with the type of writing that, she has to offer. So she said she released the story to the LA Tribune and she hasn't heard anything back. And Spencer's like, okay. She says she's fine with, oh, so they get ready to watch a movie. He was like, can we at least pick a fun movie? She was like, it's too soon. So they both, Coach Baker and Spencer was both giving Jordan his props on his plays with the other team members. So this should be interesting. So we fast forward to Crenshaw Cafe. Jordan and Asher are they're like having some snacks or whatever, and they just going over like the All American game. He was like, "Look, first of all, I was just as good as any of those people on the field today." And he said, "But they're going D1 and I'm going JUCO." So, wow. I know that's right. Wow. Jordan said, "I have changed the way that I view myself. So from now on, I'm going to change the way that everybody else views me too." I know that's right. Oh, oh my gosh. I'm so here for hashtags Bolivia. It's really given. I loved it. And so they're watching this movie that is very somber. This lady got a gash on her face. It's not a good look, right? She was like, I thought this was supposed to be a comedy. And he was like, yeah, it took a turn for the worse. So they goofing off real bad. But now Olivia phone ringing and she's seen the number. It's the editor. So she hops up and grabs the phone and Spencer grabbing the remote trying to turn the movie off. So She gonna take the call. So I can't tell. She has like this poker face, and I can't tell from the conversation whether she got it or not. She's like apologetic. She's like, "I'm sorry, what I had did wasn't what you asked for." Spencer is sitting there like, "What?" She got it. She got the job. Oh, so he gave her a big hug. Wow. So she said they found a fun, puffy writer for um the Tribune, but they loved her story, and she said there's always room for a great story. So it win-win, right? That article she wrote is going to put Spencer, it's going to catapult him because it's going to bring more attention to what happened to him, and I'm pretty sure that's going to make more offers come in. So the Toledo coach is playing hardball. So basically, he's not going to let Spencer out of his commitment letter. Um, he said that he either needs to go to Toledo State to play, or he is going to have to go to another school and not and sit out his entire freshman year. He called Coach Baker with the bullshit. Coach Baker is looking like young. He about to go in there and tell him. He see Spencer and Olivia is so happy sitting on the couch, and it's like he just looking sideways. He do not want to tell him. You could just see it in his face. He don't even want to tell him. We gotta wait till next week to see how this goes. So it looks like Spencer is gonna go ahead and do it. I see him back on the field, and he's done playing for Crenshaw. So we gotta tune back in next week and see how it goes. All right. Peace and blessings till next time.